Hey there, Justice 3 Gaming and Justice 3 Strike Force. Welcome to your daily dose of Marvel Strike Force. Now, today's topic is going to be the Secret Avengers. But to get the show started today, I'm going to go through a couple of the skill nodes because it kind of works into the conversation that has to do with the new Captain America, Sam, and Sharon Carter. And what do those characters represent towards the skill nodes in Doom 1. So, without further ado, let's get started real quick. And I can just about one-shot these skill nodes with the team characters that I do have right now. Right now, this is the configuration that I actually use to do this node, just so I can save these two and keep them fresh for the next round. Time isn't like super important here, but that offense up should go as soon as possible. Now X-23 is the dangerous one here. Hopefully I can neutralize her right away. Let's see here. Let me get some bleed. Gain 3 deflect, that will be useful. The deflect, I mean, because I knew I was going to miss that. Oh, and I got a flip from Doctor Strange. And Mark Lieutenant actually hasn't done anything yet. And one of these guys is actually blind, but I'll be able to get that assist in. I'll hold him off. And hopefully be able to take him down real quick. Oh, there goes. That's actually pretty unfortunate. I wasn't expecting Proxima Midnight to go out so fast. This could get dicey.
Tonight, I'll be eating the pork fried meat with extra jalapenos.
Oh, I should have saved that for this group. Shoot. So this is now gonna get like somebody on my main team is gonna take an L here. Shit. I think 20 would be way better than 50 on a heal here. But I'm trying to work this team to the point where I don't need him anymore. But again, it'll be a part of that conversation. There we go. At least she'll be fully charged for the next round. Now, if things go well, I actually can just about one-shot the boss node in the skill section. Which, you know, if I can get these new guys up to par, may actually make this really... Oh, half of it's done already. Looks like Boss and Tommy, my lane partners here, already went through it pretty good. Which means I might be able to actually run this. I am going to use these two. And let's go. Hopefully we're not set up in a really bad situation to start with. Like a really big shot in the beginning might not be all that great. Like, She-Hulk is definitely a big problem along with the rest of the Fantastic Four here. He's got immunity. I'm not going to chance it on this one, but I do need to double up on the defense downs. But now I can actually capitalize on that defense down by getting. I'll be able to get rid of She-Hulk on that. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that special. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And I'm going to start working Ebony Maw. Okay, so we've got all 6 that are left right here, right now. So that's good. I might get it. I should have known better. Ooh, big defense down. Boop. Get all of you. Gonna be a big hit. All in all, easy squeezy lemon squeezy. Did I just say squeezy twice? I totally did. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, since we are solid on our lane on my team, we are all done. We're getting dangerously close to getting that 60%, which is really, really nice. But I'm going to leave that right here because we're going to talk about Captain America, new Captain America. I would like to say Fapton America, but it really sounds bad. So let's talk. So we got Hero Global, Skill, Protector, Secret Avenger. The Protector is probably going to make it easier for me to get his gear up and running, which would be really nice. However, I am at that point where I'm like running out of everything, so it may take a month or two actually to get him to gear 15, which would make the skill section a lot easier. Now, right away, I want to look. I haven't looked at his kit at all. I just know that he's a Secret Avenger, and I know this is skill. So I am expecting this to be a raid character, and the Secret Avengers, as far as I know, are going to be raid specific. And so what I really want to check right away is what does his passive bring to the table, because that's what matters most here. On spawn, gain +3 deflect, stack a maximum of 5. +1 deflect to all skill allies. That +1 deflect to all skill allies, that's very, very useful. Now, in the nodes that we were playing right here, they can get pretty tough in that respect. And having those deflects out there would be really useful. There's a lot of big shots that are going team wide that you can really protect yourself with this deflect with. At the end of any turn, if this character has taunt, no deflect, clear taunt, and gain 2 regeneration. Any turn, if this character has taunt. Does that mean this Captain America taunts? Yes, his special will taunt. and it comes at a 3 out of 3. That's pretty cheap economically wise when you're talking about energy. Wow. They're really keeping to the original kit of Steve Rogers' kit. That's pretty cool. Okay. So that's really, really good. That gives him some very solid sustain, up to and including how he excels at blocking to begin with. So he's got plus 25% chance to block, 20% block amount. That's actually a decent chunk. While this character has deflect, gain 300% resistance. That's pretty awesome. Like in that last node right there, that really takes the steam out of Ebony Maw there. I gain 40% max health for self and all Secret Avenger allies. That sounds really good. But does that mean we're getting a whole Secret Avenger team here? If that's the case, that kind of is a big old pain in the ass, considering the characters I've already gotten to try to get through this section to begin with. And it really feels to me like Kestrel really needs to be an integral part of this team. But 40% for himself and other Secret Avengers, that could actually work out really nicely. And it's really going to come down to how the heals is going to take place. In raids, non-Secret Avenger skill allies gain 20% max health. So that's like 60% extra health in raids, which makes me think, like, if I really want to make them successful here. Now, I haven't checked out Sharon Carter's kit yet, but if Sam gets, you know, has like a class 5 heal, that's going to make him very sustainable. And it feels like anybody that might be a Secret Avenger is going to be key to that role. So let's check out his other powers here real quick. Now, actually, let me look at the passive for Sharon Carter, because that's going to tell me a different story also. While this character has deflect, gain 300% focus. Sam's going to be passing out deflect like Skittles, so that's cool. On self, Secret Avenger or skill ally turn, 50% chance to apply offense up. In raids, this always occurs. This is incredible. Secret Avenger or skill ally turn, meaning characters like Kestrel are going to get an offense up every single turn. That's pretty awesome. That ups their damage a lot, and that actually could help out considerably in this section of raids. In raids, when an enemy drops below 50% health, apply Disrupted. That's pretty cool. That's the thing. That's what happens, right? With no, sort of like what happens with Pyra, where he does, I believe, heal block, and this is gonna do Disrupted. This is pretty cool because, again, it's pulling the steam out of these nodes real quick. Especially for characters that I think this would be useful for would be like Taskmaster. Getting Disrupted would be amazing because you can focus him down and you don't have to worry about him stealing all the like positive effects that your characters might actually already have, which is a big problem, especially when he gets offense up, because that makes his blind that much more successful to land. He'll beat the check like every time. In raids, gain 45% damage for self and all Secret Avenger allies. Wow. I feel a third character here somewhere. I mean, I like that I have Gamora and Moondragon here, but if I try to put in other characters, one, the only reason why that I even bother putting in Colleen is because, you know, I got her gear there, and I really work my defenses like that, and it you know, I have the character available, I might as well use her. She'll go, you know, immediately right away. You know, I could say that Sam would actually go there. But then I gotta think about the other characters. Like, I do put Nick Fury in there, but I don't really need him for much of anything else. And he's there really to kind of boost Kestrel's HP. But I think she'll do fine here if I get rid of him. Now, with just Sharon Carter and Sam, that's clutch. Because I'll have Kestrel, Gamora, and Moondragon there. So I got heals along with speed bar reduction. I have defense down on 2 different characters. Kestrel is already banging away some huge damage. Also because I just brought her to ISO Blue 3, which doesn't do like a huge amount of extra help unless someone else there has like a good skirmisher. And in this particular group, don't really see that happening because Sharon doesn't need to be a skirmisher. If she has Deflect, she's getting a ton of extra focus. Let's look at the rest of the kits though. Now that we know that in raids, these 2 characters are huge. They're huge bonus. So first, let's take a look at Sam's kit. On his basic 340, that's pretty decent. I won't know his base damage yet until probably near when he's going to release. So, I mean, 340% is a decent chunk, but it's really based off of that base damage. So without knowing that number, 340 might not mean anything. Given the fact that Sharon's given away an extra 45%, I could be changing my tune on release, once this team is up and running. Clear 1 positive effect and bonus attack for 250% damage. Now really, I'm looking at this, that's actually a pretty decent package to go with on a basic, because you're pretty much you're getting this. Now I'll test it. I test this theory all the time. I do know that there's a safety code, like for counterattacks and things like that. And consistently people are telling me, that it's just like the first real part of it. But I've noticed characters, I look for words like, or symbols like right now that they're actually using them, plus or and you get those effects because they're a part of that safety part of the code. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at a decent amount of damage, clearing 1 positive, and a bonus attack. I find that suspect. I don't think that, I think this might just be what I'm looking at for those extra attacks. But do I care? Because what I really want here is sustain on Sam. I want to keep his HP up. But I need to see the rest of the kit to really think that through. Gain 1 deflect up to a maximum of 5. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, just on his basic. But look how cheap his special is. He's going to be using this more times than not. That's what makes me think that having a class 5 heal or a healer class for ISO 8 is essential for him. He can take all the hits, heal them up when his turn comes up. And again, that's subject to change because I don't know what the speed is for either one of these characters. And that can matter a lot. Apply defense up to all allies. Awesome. Apply speed up to all Avenger and skill allies. That's even better. Grant 1 ability energy, 1 to 2. Grant 1 ability energy to 2 to 3 non-summoned skill allies. Gain assist from 1 non-summoned skill ally. Cool. Get an extra attack out there. Get some more energy out there. Hopefully for characters like Kestrel to put out some more damage. Have Sharon do some more, awesome hits with her kit. Don't know what that is yet. My brain keeps moving to her kit. I don't even know what it is just yet, but gain assist from 1 non-summoning. Okay, so extra attacks, energy, defense up. All the goodies. Now his ultimate, Freedom Flight, 5 out of 5, which means he'll skip on 4. He'll definitely be on a basic you know, right away, 5 out of 5 and 3 out of 3, you got options. You can choose either one of those things. Why you wouldn't want to taunt, not entirely sure. But with a 3 charge, coming around to get that popping again is likely to happen. Very high chance. So you want to start with the power that's got the, you know, the low cost. So at 5, you're looking at a space difference of 2. Attack all enemies for 450% damage. Wow. Fill speed bar for self and all skill allies by 10% for each enemy. Plus, fill speed bar for all allies by 5% for each enemy. What the fuck? Damage and speed bar? For each enemy? 10% speed bar for each enemy. And speed bar stacks. I mean, you only get 100%. So, if there's a fuck ton of enemies out there, you're getting all that speed bar. And your character's just going to keep on moving. It's going to be like another Astonishing X-Men team out there. Plus, fill speed bar for all other allies by 5% for each enemy. This gives him crafting ability, like theory craft. He can move to a lot of different places. What is he, global? That can make him a very viable subject for Dark Dimension. Because, you know, he's giving out speed bar. You know, on top of his ability to give defense up plus energy. I mean, that's all the goodies. But he won't be getting a raid bonus in Dark Dimension, which is something to think about. I, however, will not be using him because my Pimtech is beyond bonkers, so, you know, it's just one-shots all the way through. I haven't tested that theory just yet on Dark Dimension 4, but I will. Alright, and this is, that's the passive that we got. That's pretty insane. I'm gonna move on to Sharon real quick, because we don't have a lot of time here today. Let's see here. Deploy the agents can. Hero Global Skill Controller. Okay, so controller. ISOs at this point, we're going to be tough to fill that up because I've been doing Doctor Doom and Polaris. They're both controllers, so that'll take a bit. But her character's a ways off. You know, we're talking 3 or 4 weeks at least. Alright, Baton. Alright, so we got 300% damage, slow for 3 turns. That needs focus. Slow is good, considering you're getting speed bar from, like, Sam's ultimate. That's pretty crazy. That's going to make that happen. You know, it's going to allow Sam to use his special even more. You know, in comparison to the Node's enemies. In raids, if Captain America's Sam is an ally, reduce speed bar by 25%. Holy shit! Is this like Ghost? Man, that changes everything. Like, easily you need to set up the striker skirmisher thing. Someone needs to be a skirmisher. But I don't think Captain America should be. He definitely needs a heal. I mean, with the speed bar thing, I don't think I could justify Fortify, because he's giving himself and everybody else a full defense up anyways. It's definitely a heal class. So if Sharon wants to reduce speed bar by a whole bunch, who's going to be the skirmisher? I don't know. Let's see what her her special and ultimate do. Energy cost 2 out of 4, so you got a couple turns before this can happen. More than likely, it's 1 turn because Sam's gonna pop his ult anyways. She could very well get this special right away. Attack primary target for 600 damage. That's a lot. Apply ability block, defense down for 2 turns. That's huge. Getting another defense down out there, especially if you're using Kestrel, is clutch. Attack adjacent targets for 450% damage. Apply defense down for 2 turns. Holy shit! It's more defense downs. And you're going to get the, extra shot from Kestrel again, passively. Ultimate, no mercy, energy cost 5 out of 5. This is the ability that's going to go right away. So clear all positive effects on the primary target. Attack for 300% damage. Stun, slow. Chain up to 2 adjacent targets for 250% damage. Clear positive effects. Apply slow. Gain 5,000 extra focus against the primary target. She does not need to be a skirmisher at all. This ability lands no matter what. And she's getting more focus for the deflects that Sam's giving out. If anything, she should be a striker. But damn, I mean... I should probably start her off with a class 5 heal, though. On self, Secret Avenger skill. Okay, that's her passive. Yeah. She gets a whole bunch. She gets a percentage of focus. She's gonna be getting offense up. Always. Everybody's gonna be getting offense up. So, what does this tell us about the nodes? Do I have a problem with sustainability with the current characters that I do have? I'm baseline. So I don't really need a huge amount of help in this area when it comes to sustain. Do I foresee this being a problem in the future for, the other difficulties? I think Doom only has one other difficulty, right? I can't see it. No, this is normal. I think difficulty 1 is the only one that I know of. Yeah, okay. That's Doom 1. Is that what that 1 is for? On the actual node? On the... Special recommendations, level 80, gear 15, ability level 7, red stars 5+, ISO 8, T1, 5. I believe that's the actual shit that I got going right now. Why can't I see the other ones? That's continue. I don't need to do that. That's doing one right there. I need to see the other difficulties. Are there other difficulties? I know there's at least one. Right? Could be wrong. I don't know. I'll have to see that in a little bit. So, what do I do ISO 8 wise? She seems to hit really damn hard. But if I do, it just seems like it makes so much sense to have Sam have that healer class to make sure, all the hits that he's taking. Let's see. Okay, they got some words to say about other characters. Sharon Carter joins the Secret Avengers. She does tremendous amount of damage in raids in those game modes. She increases all the damage to Secret Avengers allies, so you can't go wrong bringing her into the skill raid nodes. If you're looking for an added bonus, Sharon Carter's special ability synergizes nicely with Kestrel's passive ability as it applies defense down to up to 3 enemies. I agree. Say anything about Sam? Energy, speed, trait, most teams, powerful protector, ultimate abilities can benefit most allies. Captain America stands call outs the skill character, so you'll get the most benefit. You see, I think he might be a good skirmisher. None of his abilities do anything with like crit, so a raider is out. And someone needs to be a skirmisher out there. And if Sharon is doing tons of damage already, it just makes sense for her to be a skirmisher. I mean, a striker. I think what I'll do is I'll be working their gear, right? And I'll try to get them applied to the team as soon as possible. I need to see how well those two actually sustain, because the energy that's being provided by Sam at a very cheap energy economy means he'll be able to get that defense up and energy out to the other team members quite quickly. So why does that matter? Moondragon. I will be using Moondragon. So if she's out there, then, you know, she'll be getting energy for her abilities, and she'll be able to heal for a decent amount of HP as they move around. The problem is some of those nodes actually hit pretty damn hard. It makes me want to use, you know, have a healer class for both Sharon and Sam. But it feels like it's wasting something there. Like I need a vulnerability out there to really bring things out, especially since I do have Kestrel at a class 3 ISO 8 blue. I mean, just having that vulnerability out there would be amazing. So it makes me think that Sam is the one that needs to be a skirmisher. I find that fucking weird that I'm even thinking about that. And then Sharon has to be the striker, because Kestrel will be out there, and she has to be a striker to make this work really well. I mean, that's a ton of damage that can happen out there. With her out there, these nodes fall pretty quickly, because there's so much damage that's already out there. So if we're just kind of floating by and we got Moondragon there for some healing, the reason why I have Moondragon there mostly because it reduces Gamora's cooldown. Now, will I take those characters out? That's really going to depend on whether they add more Secret Avengers or not. But for the time being, they're the two best that I got so far. Having Sam there providing energy is actually pretty useful. Now, his abilities is basic. He's got a non-attack for his special, but then he does have an attack for his ultimate. So he's working with 1 non, 2 attack. So one of the times he won't be applying a vulnerability at all. It doesn't make sense that he would actually do that. So I think what we're doing here is thinking about actually just boosting the base damage for these characters, because I don't foresee any of the ISO 8s actually helping this team out between Sam and Sharon unless Sam is a skirmisher, and I think that's an obvious waste at this point. He should be able to protect himself and sustain himself a lot better. Mostly because my instincts are telling me that in this Secret Avengers team, I'm not going to be able to at some point use Gamora or Moondragon as a part of this team. Now, Gamora is a great character to have there, but as long as her charges are being reduced, I can utilize her empowerment. Without the empowerment, she's less effective. So it feels like if anybody was going to have to be switched out, it would probably be Gamora. Now, I do have a 6 red star Night Nurse, and she's extremely sustainable. And getting that extra energy would be really useful to this team. I think that's about all I can say about Captain America, Sam, and Sharon Carter. So, what do you guys think about these Secret Avengers coming in and helping you out with raids? Let me know down in the comments below. My feelings are that any mode specific team is a really good get. Maybe not for more of the veteran gamers like myself in the game, because we've already have established characters that we can use to take on these nodes. But obviously, content creators like myself need to push forward on that just to be able to get some good quality content out there. But this is really, really good for new players and mid-level players, because you're going to get those raid specific teams out there, and you can focus on other things when those characters are just pushing right through that content like butter, and you don't got to worry about those characters anymore. And so you can focus on what your enjoyment of the game is more likely to be. But more or less, this is actually a powerful move for newer players, because larger, more powerful alliances can actually start dropping their requirements for what their total collection power that they might be looking for would actually be. Having these specific teams and characters allows people who don't have as large of a roster to still be more effective in the modes that are more cooperative. War, raids, Greek raids, things like that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself today. Those are my thoughts on the Secret Avengers that are coming up. I hope you had a good time and got some good information from me here today. If you did, thank you so much. Please consider following me right here on twitch.tv/Justice3Gaming. If you're a big fan of YouTube, I also multi-stream to there, and I drop videos on my Marvel Strike Force specific channel, Justice 3 Strike Force, which I will be adding. I'm going to put a side note right here, Marvel Revolutions, and I'm going to see how far that goes. I'm trying to look for some new content that is very similar to this one, and I think a lot of other tactical games are good for that channel. Check me out there if you want. Both Justice 3 Gaming and Strike Force could use your like and subscription to those channels, as well as all the great comments and turning on that notifications bell so you can get all the great content you love notified straight to you, so you can watch it first, and that way you know when I'm uploading any brand new content. Thank you again. I wish you all passion, love, and gaming. And never forget, rule number 1 of gaming is you go where the fun is. And that's what I've done here today. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I'll see you guys on the next show.